More.
More.
Much more.
Okay, much more.
Much.
It's okay. Okay, good amount. A little bit of everything. All right. Good morning, everyone. It's Mark Weens with migrationology.com in Lisbon, Portugal. This is my last full day in Lisbon, and I'm gonna do everything I can to eat as much Portuguese food today as possible. On the edge of this square, there is a legendary coffee shop that's known to be the first cafe in all of Lisbon. And while some people say it's a little bit of a tourist trap these days, they are known, and locals have told me that they still serve the best cod pastry. So I thought that would be a great way to start the day, and also with a cup of coffee. This cafe, and actually it's a restaurant as well, they serve full meals, is called Martino da Arcada. And this is a legendary place. It dates back to 1782. They have an indoor section, but this outdoor patio section is really nice under the arches of this old building, and you have a view of the square, the plaza as well. And I came here mainly to have a coffee at the beginning of the day and also to try their cod cutlets. These are the pastéis de bacalhau. And I think they are a mixture of potato as well as the codfish, and then also maybe cilantro or parsley in there, and then deep fried, and you can see the almost little hairs of deep friedness coming off of them. This is one of those things that's right at that size where you're not sure if you should eat it in one bite or just bite half of it. Actually, for sake of wanting to see what's inside, I'll bite half of it this time. Wow, that's fantastic. That is like, I was expecting the fish to sort of be stuffed within the potato, but it's actually mixed all together. And due to cod having that kind of rubbery, stringy texture to it, they're like little, it's like fibers of cod that are mixed in. And it doesn't taste too potato heavy. It's more like light and fluffy. It's salty and just a little bit crispy on the edges. That's awesome. The mixture and combination, they have the ratio down perfectly. Follow that with coffee. I've really been impressed with the coffee in Portugal. They make really good coffee at every single coffee shop I've been to. The coffee is dark, it's strong, it's smooth, it's wonderful. And I'm down to my last pastéis de bacalhau. I think I can one bite this. Those are really good. And they go really well with coffee. I couldn't resist ordering one more cup of coffee. This is just such a wonderful morning in Lisbon, such a wonderful patio, and such a legendary old cafe. You've been to cafes and restaurants that say like since 1975 or since 1959, and those are really old restaurants. But this cafe just blows history away. Since 1782. I was just sitting there drinking my coffee, thinking about how old that cafe is. That is just awesome. And that was a great cup or 2 cups of coffee and a very good cod pastry. That is a classic. We have about an hour until the lunch restaurant opens, and so we are just slowly making our way, enjoying just the beauty of Lisbon, the old narrow streets, the cafes, the shops, and on our way to lunch slowly. I have some very unfortunate news. the restaurant Zé de Moraria. They should be open right now, but it looks like they are not gonna open. Oh, that's a little bit disappointing. This is the #1 Portuguese restaurant I wanted to try here in Lisbon. Things are just not quite working out so smoothly for food in Lisbon. But that's okay, sometimes that's how travel goes. There is another restaurant just down the road here that serves Mozambique and a combination of Portuguese and Mozambique and Indian food that I would also like to try, so we're gonna check out that place next. This place is called Cantinho do Aziz, and this is a lovely restaurant on the sidewalk, up a flight of steps, so it's a quiet neighborhood, beautiful environment, and it's a colorful restaurant. A yellow painted wall with art designed on the wall. The tablecloths are beautiful. This is fantastic. I can smell the aroma of grilling meat, as well as maybe some like curry spices in the air, which smells delicious. Most of the dishes are Mozambican, but then there's also some Indian influence and also some Portuguese influence on the menu. And what I like is that each dish, all the dishes are listed on the menu, and they each have a story about the chef and how the dish came about. He just served the beef samosas and they smell incredible. And when he served them, he said this sauce is very spicy. That is exactly what I wanted to hear. I'm gonna need a lot of this. Oh, that looks wonderful. Oh, that's incredibly delicious. It tastes like curry minced meat within, and it's fried very, very fresh. The outside crust, the outside skin is completely crispy, and then I think there are onions in there, and that sauce is actually quite spicy. That's fantastic. I think I want to soak my entire samosa in it. This is one of the best samosas I've had in a very long time. That is amazing. And that sauce, I think it's chilies. Maybe some turmeric in there to make it orange. But it's just awesomely good. Thank you. Yes. You want more samosa? You want one more?
Up to you.
After that absolutely sensational samosa, there was nothing I could do from ordering another one. So that's on its way. But in the meantime, my main plate of food has just arrived. This is unbelievable looking. I'm so happy right now. I got the lamb ribs, and I think it's coconut rice. And this is just looking sensational. I'm gonna dig right into that lamb rib piece. Oh, I need a spoon to eat this. Oh, they did serve a spoon in this. I'm gonna steal the spoon from the rice. I'm gonna go for that piece right there. Oh, yes. It is tender. Oh, yes. Look at that meat with the rice. That's as good as it looks. So tender. You can taste the lamb flavor. It's like a salty, little bit spicy curry. You can taste the blend of spices though in there. It's a little bit oily and it goes incredibly well. I think that is coconut rice. It's a little bit sticky and then has a wonderful fragrance to it. Oh, this is my kind of food. Like a drumstick. That's fantastic. This chili sauce is one of the award winners at this restaurant. Let me add on a little bit of that chili sauce. Get some of the lamb. With that chili sauce and rice. That bumps it up a notch. I had to get one more samosa. It was impossible to resist, actually. If you come to this restaurant, just go ahead and order yourself 2 to 5 samosas for yourself. You're gonna want them, believe me. Just amazing. Turned out to be an absolute stunner of a meal. Delicious food. The samosas were good. The chili sauce was absolute award-winning, and that lamb curry. They also have peri-peri grilled chicken, which also looks fantastic. Next time I come, I will be eating that. And just a nice place, very friendly and nice ambience, nice environment, tucked away in a little like stairway cul-de-sac. Thank you very much to Isabel for recommending this restaurant. That has really lifted my spirits. Ying and I are walking just a couple blocks over to go have lunch number 2, and this time Portuguese food. This is a restaurant that's right in the heart of Lisbon, right in the major touristy district, but it is down a little side, kind of almost a cove, and it's full right now, so Ying and I are waiting to get in.
The dishes of the day is octopus and pork ribs, fried pork ribs.
What I want to get is this one. This one. I think I want to try the bacalhau com grau. Codfish
With chickpeas and potatoes.
and also the carne de porco alla tanda. We didn't get a table yet, but we got the menu and we looked through the menu, but I already knew the exact 2 dishes I wanted to order, so we just ordered with the waiter. He's gonna put our order in, and then as soon as the table is ready, we will sit down and eat lunch. This is a pretty small and compact restaurant, but it's awesome that you can see everything, and you can see upstairs. Okay, I don't know where the chef went, but you can see them cooking upstairs on the upper level, and then on the ground level there are kind of communal tables. We got a table right in the center of this communal table. This is a fantastic ambience, and the food should be coming soon since I already pre-ordered. Thank you. Huge portions, and this is some real classic Portuguese food. There are many different seafoods to eat in Portugal, but one of the local favorites is bacalhau, which is codfish. And this one is a real classic dish, codfish with chickpeas. There are potatoes on here, and it looks simple, but it looks fantastic. I'm gonna take some of the codfish, put this over onto my plate. Oh yeah, you can smell that preserved saltiness of the fish. Take some of the chickpeas as well. And then also, I think this dish came with this plate of onions and parsley to go on top. Add a little bit, oh, and raw garlic. Oh, I will be eating those cloves of raw garlic as well. Okay. Okay, now let me change my silverware to the fork and knife. Piece of fish. Yeah, that's very salty. Salted cod. But the texture of cod is so good. And it's very flaky. It's actually quite juicy. And then very salty.
Add a little of vinegar to see whether you like or not.
Okay.
Depends
Thank
on
you.
the taste.
Thank you.
I used to like both. Now I prefer only the olive oil.
Only
but
the
there
olive
are
oil.
many people that join it.
This time I'm gonna drizzle it with olive oil. Okay, I think that should be good. A little bit of olive oil.
Good more.
Is that good?
More.
More.
Much more.
Okay, much more.
Much more.
Okay. Much more olive oil.
It's okay.
Okay, good amount? Okay, so you have to drizzle it in olive oil. That's what makes it bacalao. Okay. And now this time, I'm just gonna use my spoon to grab up. Oh, I wanna get some potatoes in this bite too. A little bit of everything. All right. Oh yeah. That does make it good.
Completely different.
That kind of like tones down the fishy taste of the cod and makes it more juicy, of course, because of that oil, or oily. But the oil is very fragrant. That does like wrap it all together. I'm gonna move into this clove of garlic. Try to chop that up a little bit. Take it with a piece of garlic, cod, and chickpeas. Oh yeah. Raw garlic. Raw garlic improves everything. Next I'm gonna try some vinegar.
When you put together, you should join them. Okay. You put there.
Put it in the side?
And you join a little of oil and you mix.
Okay, so I should put a little bit of vinegar, and then put olive oil down.
Yes. A little
More.
Okay. You mix it. And
Mix
then
it.
Yeah. Then a little of potato there. It's a different taste.
Oh, and then mix it around.
You will.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so that's a combination of vinegar and olive oil at the bottom of my plate now. It's good with the vinegar too, yeah. Yeah, the vinegar gives it, of course, a sour flavor. But it's kind of refreshing with the saltiness of the cod. And also got some tomato salad with onions. Set this down. I think this is just pure tomatoes, maybe with some olive oil on top. Those are really juicy tomatoes. And the tomatoes are also incredibly sweet. The next dish we got is also a very classic Portuguese dish. It is a pork stew with clams. And then it's also served with some fried slices of potatoes on the side. I'm not totally sure what this is. It looks like, oh, it feels kind of like
This is
bread. It's bread.
Bread with garlic on the oven.
Oh, okay. It kind of has a pudding feel to it.
This is fried pork, not stew. And then the sauce comes from that.
Okay.
That's fried.
You're not supposed to eat this dish with olive oil, so I'm gonna switch over to a clean plate. And then this, it feels like almost like pudding in texture. It's a bread, and then the potatoes on, and then a few clams on top. So I will take a little bit of everything onto my plate again. Oh, and I got a clam that came out already. Okay, and then some of those potatoes. Okay. All right. Pork. Oh, pork and some of that bread. Oh yeah. The bread has like a bacon flavor to it. A very like smoky meat flavor to it. And then the pork, those are big nuggets of pork. It has like a roasted chili flavor. Kind of, it tastes like paprika. Maybe that's paprika.
Most always cooked on the same way, so we know that we will like it because it will taste the same. Yes.
Okay.
This one, that one, yes.
Okay. But these are very common dishes, classic dishes.
This is the most common dish.
The most common.
This is a common dish also.
Try one of these potatoes, and I may as well add that piece of pork to it. I like that potato. It's sliced just thin enough, so it's not like a chip, but it is crispy, like almost all the way through, but then just a little center that is starchy potato. I have just, for the last like 15 minutes, I was just talking with the man who was sitting next to me. He was very friendly, a very nice man, and he kind of explained about all of the food to me, which I don't know much about Portuguese food, so it was awesome to talk with him. What's very interesting about the codfish dish, or about codfish in general, the salted codfish that's very popular in Portugal, is that Portugal is blessed to have an amazing seafood abundance, and the Atlantic Ocean, they have so many seafoods available, and there's so many delicious seafoods available. However, the codfish is not from Portugal. It's not from the seas of Portugal. It's from around the North Atlantic, near around Norway. And so, even though it's one of the local favorites, it's not actually from Portugal. And so that's just a demonstration of Portugal and its history and its culture and its influence in trade, and yeah, it's very interesting. Finished with that meal, some classic Portuguese food that was delicious, but it's extremely hearty food, extremely filling, and these are some huge portions. We're now walking over to the metro, and we are gonna take the metro. Our next place that we're visiting today is the Lisbon Oceanarium, which is an aquarium. It's world renowned, and I wanted to go to the aquarium to complete the top 10 things to do in Lisbon, and that is the final number 10. So we are on our way there now. Wow, my stomach is just bulging right now. We just got off the metro at Cabo Ruivo, and this is the closest metro station to the Lisbon Aquarium, Lisbon Oceanarium. I think it's about a 15-minute walk from here, but I need that walk. Immediately it smells like a fish market in here. Oh, that's because the first exhibition is like an outdoor exhibition of penguins or something. They're not penguins, but they are puffins. The sunfish. Whoa. Whoa. Here comes the giant sunfish. It looks kind of like a turtle, but turned on its side. We are in the tropical rainforest section now. Oh, back to Thailand. And I think they also have an Indian Ocean section below. I honestly was not gonna mention food again in this aquarium, but I just walked into, you gotta check this out. There's a whole exhibition and a whole poster dedicated to bacalhau, which is codfish. And that's what I just ate for lunch. Finished walking around the aquarium. That's an amazing place with so many different sea creatures all in one aquarium and then in different exhibitions. It's a great place, especially for kids when you visit Lisbon, but also if you love marine life, nature, or animals, it's a great place to visit when you come to Lisbon. We took the metro back to Avenida, and this is one of the most beautiful streets in Lisbon. the trees, and I love how the sidewalks are huge and wide, and they have a lot of cafes along this street as well. So we are actually right outside of our hotel, and there are a number of different cafes, local neighborhood cafes along the street underneath the trees. I'm just soaking up these last few hours in Lisbon, and I also really need a coffee. This is fantastic. The sitting here under the trees with the breeze, good cup of coffee and great atmosphere. There is a restaurant right around the corner that we're heading to now, and it's gonna be our final meal in Lisbon. I'm looking at the menu out here, and it is quite an expensive restaurant, but they are known to have the best jamon here and also really good seafood. So I think we're gonna go for it for our last meal. Ying and I went to the aquarium this afternoon, but look at this aquarium. This might be the most impressive aquarium in all of Lisbon.
Can you see?
Yeah. Look at the size of these lobsters and the clearness of this tank. These must be like 3 or 4 kilo lobsters. Look at this one here. Cristiano Ronaldo? This restaurant is called Solar dos Presuntos, and it's a really big restaurant. It's a legendary restaurant, especially for its high-end seafood, but actually along with the seafood, they are really famous, and what I was really interested to come in here to eat is the ham. When you see the restaurant from the outside, you can see the tank of seafood and all of the fresh seafood in the cabinet, and then if you look to the right-hand side, you can actually see them slicing the ham, and this is pata negra ham. They immediately tempt you because they have the ham, plates of ham and cheese, as well as small little starters already on your table, and when you sit down, it's already right in front of you. You don't even need to wait. So it's right in front of me right now. I guess this is some kind of a sausage, a chorizo, and then there's cheese on this plate, and then this is the ham. I just gotta have one piece immediately. Get those beautiful streaks. That is unbelievable. It has such a smooth and just completely pure and smooth texture to it. It's a little bit chewy, it's perfectly salty, and it has this rich depth of salty preservation. And what's amazing is that flavor, it lingers in your mouth. Oh, I can still taste it after swallowing. I did not want to leave this region of the world without having one more dose of ham. And this is fresh bread. I'll take another piece of the ham. Maybe with some cheese. Whoa, that's a lot of cheese. The cheese is very mild and not too salty. That complements the ham. The main dishes have just arrived, and Ying and I ordered 2 dishes that we're gonna share together. I got the grilled octopus, and the presentation is also awesomely beautiful. The pieces of octopus are so big, they almost look like sausages. Oh, and I can feel how tender they are. And there are 2 pieces of octopus in here. There's some onions on the top. I think that's olive oil on the bottom, and you can smell the aroma of garlic just fuming off of this. There's some vegetables on the side and some potatoes, and then onions on the top, and I love how they have poked the octopus with a couple of toothpicks with some olives on top. I think I will go in for this piece of octopus. Oh, the fork literally just sinks in without even effortlessly. Okay, I will slice off a piece. Oh wow. Okay guys, I haven't even taken a bite, but I can already predict how tender this is gonna be. And I'm gonna scoop up some of that garlic. Okay, now let me switch over. That is so tender. It's almost like cheese. I don't know if I've ever had more tender octopus in my entire life. And I decided to order a glass of house white wine to go with this. Wow, very, very smooth. That combination, that's insane. I gotta take one more bite of this octopus. You literally could slice this piece of octopus with a fork. I'm just using the knife because it's handy, but you wouldn't need it at all. And let me try to get some of the spinach on top this time. That is the softest octopus I've ever had in my life. It's a little bit on the salty side, but that tenderness and that garlickiness is what will blow you away. We also got the grilled sea bream. Let's take a look at his face. This is what he looks like. But it came with a slice of lemon and a slice of orange, as well as some cream spinach and some potatoes on the side. And you can actually see the freshness of it and how glistening with all those fats it is. Just let me take a little bite before I do anything. Oh, boom. That is fantastic as well. Not fishy, a little bit dry texture of a fish, and then you can really taste that grilled flavor. And follow that with some creamy spinach. Wow. That is really, it has a really like a sticky mashed potato texture to it. Ying and I just finished with that meal that was a little bit more high-end than I had expected, but it was really good, great quality food. And I'm standing here just admiring the ham in the window as well as the seafood. We've come to the end of our trip to Lisbon. Tomorrow we fly out, so our hotel is literally right around the corner, and that's a good thing because I am like half in a slumber already from all of the food today. So I'm gonna end the vlog for today right now. Thank you all very much for watching. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and also make sure you subscribe for lots more food and travel videos, and I will see you on the next video. So this is a good place to... Oh, a couple burps there too. Oh, codfish burp. That was a codfish burp.